The Sims 4 could never, and it's been out almost a decade. There is no creative freedom. Well, a little bit, but not much. Happy Friday, everyone. You know what today is. Friday is Life by You Day. We normally have new gameplay clips, new insight into Life by You on their YouTube channel. Unfortunately, we don't have a full video today. They did post a little clip, a little sneak peek on social media, but then I remembered we actually have not watched one of these videos yet. I said I would be saving it for a later date, and I eventually didn't cover it. No, I didn't forget. I was just waiting until the next Life by You update so I could squeeze it in together, and because today's Life by You update isn't really big anyways, I figured we would talk about both things today. Okay, so we've seen Let's Talk gameplay questions, we've seen Let's Talk gameplay update with Rod, and most recently we've seen relationships and more, unrequited love, all of those things which are super exciting to see coming to the base game of this life sim, but we haven't actually watched Use the Lot Editor, so let's dive in here.
Hi everyone, it's Rocio, Community Manager with Life by You. We're starting out in the editor today. As we kind of mentioned in previous videos,
there is a note at the bottom. We are in development. Things are added / removed as part of the development process. So aspects of this are subject to change. An obvious disclaimer, but again, the fact that we have all of these things to manipulate in the base game is beyond exciting.
We're working on some improvements to the game, like graphical and lighting improvements. So appreciate your patience while we explore some other parts of the game. Today we're going to look at the behind the scenes of lot editing. So not like the live editing mode, but the modding mode. We've seen a lot of interest in setting up your own businesses in particular, so I'm going to show you a little bit of how to set that up on the lot side. Once in the editor, you can see all of the pre-built lots and houses. You can make a new one, so let's go ahead and make a new lot. Completely brand new. You can see that I've made new lots before, but we're going to rename this one as a test lot. Like our other editors, you can name it, you can add a description. I'll just say testing a lot. You can also choose your icon if you'd like. We have a bunch of icons available, which actually, that's a bit of a spoiler, but this will relate to our upcoming crafting video.
So we got a little bit of a, oh my god, okay, you guys, I continue to get more and more excited every time I watch this. I know that you guys have probably already seen this because this is a couple weeks old at this point, but oh my gosh, this looks so cool. The ability to change the actual lot size, 25 by 25, you can actually edit this figure. The Sims 4 could never, and it's been out almost a decade. There is no creative freedom. Well, a little bit, but not much. Of course, you can choose if it's a public lot, workplace, open or closed, edit the times of it. I'm assuming if it's a public lot or a business or a home workplace. And I'm sure there's much more that we can edit right down here when they click that edit lot button that you guys probably can't see because my face is in the way. But Lord have mercy, am I excited for this. The most moddable life sim. Rod was not lying when he said that, for sure.
From here, you can also set a glam cam location. So basically, when you're looking at the lot in a preview, what is that going to look like? It takes a snapshot of wherever your preview is, so you can move around the camera and see where, it might look best. Next up is tagging your lot. Much like other tagging systems we have, this is so that you can organize your lots. I'm just going to leave this blank for now. I know we've gotten this question a few times, but this is where you can edit your lot size. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and make this 50 by 50.
Look at how easy that was. That was it. Literally, we have to beg for big lots in The Sims, and we have to hope and we pray that we get them. And they're like, yeah, no, just make it. If you want to make it, just make it. Who cares? You want a 71 by 78 lot? I'm assuming I can do something like that, something that big and that odd. If I wanted to, I guess. I don't know if there are limitations in that regard, but nonetheless, we can edit that lot size value here. I guess whenever we want. If we want to make it bigger, I guess we can go into an existing lot and make it bigger if we want. I'm assuming so. Like, that makes me so happy. That was one of my first thoughts too, because normally, let's say you start off with a pretty small lot size for a starter home, like a 20 by 30. You built the perfect lot, you got a little backyard, a little patio, but your family grows and you've outgrown that lot, but you don't want to move to another house. You don't even want to move to another lot. You just want to make that size bigger so you can expand your lot, because with the 20 by 30, let's say you don't have much space to really work with and expand to what you want to expand to. Well, I'm assuming you can come in here and edit that and just make it bigger. Man, if that truly is the case, I am going to shit bricks, because wow. Wow.
Now we have a ginormous lot, but you know, more room for activities. Can make it a starting lot by checking this box. That's more applicable to homes that you want to show up in the character creator. Here you tie the lot to a specific shop, so it can be an existing business like a cafe or one that you've made for this lot. I'm just going to take cafe and leave this as a public space. And since this lot is a business, let me just go ahead and uncheck the starter lot.
There was a little note here that says shops can be created within the shop editor. There's like editors for everything basically. God, this game is just absolutely blowing me away.
I'm going to go ahead and make this a workplace. As you can see, this new option popped up, so now I can go ahead and tie a job to this particular spot. I'll just type in cafe and tie this work to this lot. Next up, we have to decide the open and close hours for this cafe. I think it'll be open every single day of the week, but I don't think it'll be open before 6 a.m. and let's say it closes at 8 p.m.
Editing the hours, you don't just have to go and basically hit open or closed. You can just set hours for it. I really like that. And you can even choose what days of the week it's open or closed on. God, this is so freaking cool.
You just click done and you're done with basically the bones of the business. From there, you might go to edit lot to enter the lot editor, but if you already have a lot and you just want to add an object or two, you can just go to the objects tab and you can just add it straight from there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Our business doesn't even have walls, so let's go ahead and go back to the lot editor. And I won't be building out a whole cafe here. I'm just going to make a simple lot to show you how to place it and how to access your lots. But we've continued to make improvements to the live edit tool, so we're definitely going to show you that again in the future. One thing we've added is this lighting simulator, so you can see what your building might look like at different times of the day. If I was to build out the cafe right now, I have all of the same tools that I have in live edit mode in this editor. So if I wanted to add doors, windows, decorations, all of the amenities that a cafe might need, I can do that all here. Let's do another quick preview here. So if I wanted, for example, business stuff, I could go to the business category and that way I can filter out what I need for my cafe.
There's just so much going on here. Like, I'm actually kind of speechless, clearly, as you can see. Like, I really don't know what to say. I'm just kind of blown away. Like, this is so cool. I'm assuming we're gonna have access to more things here than we would in the actual game because I'm pretty sure Rocio made it apparent that this is in the lot editor, not like in the actual game. So we're probably gonna have more choices in what we can or can't place down.
Now, I probably don't actually want like a business cafe, but that's just an example. So that's how you would build a new business lot. We'll show you in the future how you would actually create those career paths that I picked from, as well as the shops that I picked from. However, we're not done here. There's still a little bit more I want to show you about lots. We know that our existing lots may not be to your preference, or maybe it doesn't fit into the story you're trying to tell. So let me actually show you now how you can edit an existing lot. Let's say I wanted to edit this picnic area. You can edit all of the same things as you could on the previous lot, such as hours, but let's say in this case, I just have some minor edits, like I want to add or remove objects. Since I love a nature-filled picnic area, let's go ahead and add some more plants.
Did you see that? It said alcoholic. Why did it say alcohol? Unless I'm like tripping. Did I see that? Or am I seeing things? Hold on. I'm kind of like still baffled though. And I guess what I said is true then at first. If we don't like the current pre-mades, they don't fit our story or whatever we're trying to do, we can come in and I guess edit anything about them. And I guess we can make the lots bigger. Like if you want this park to be bigger, you can just expand it and add more stuff on the outside. And it's that freaking easy. I don't know if because you make the lot size bigger or smaller, then you're gonna have to replace the lot down, because I feel like if a lot is right up next to a road and you make it bigger, it would kind of clip in with the road. So it wouldn't make sense to have to move it back, you know? I don't know how that sort of thing's gonna work, but the customization with this is like unfathomable. It does say alcoholic. Alcoholic? Whoa, okay.
I want to add or remove objects. Since I love a nature-filled picnic area, let's go ahead and add some more plants. Hello, random house plant. I'm going to go ahead and just put you there. Now that I've added the plant, you can see this left-hand menu popped up. This is basically to edit this object for this lot. So I can say, hey, I want this to override the fact that it's a public lot or override the open and closed hours. If you're not feeling that particular house plant, you can also just go ahead and replace it. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete it because I I do like the picnic area the way it is. You can also click revert, but this is basically tracking all of the edits you've made while you've been in the lot editor. Let me just click save and we'll move on to the next thing. So that's how you edit an existing lot.
There's just so much to do. I'm already getting ideas of what I want to like make and what I want to change. And it's like, we don't have these possibilities with The Sims 4 like at all. I'm still kind of like baffled how we still cannot create. I feel like I always do this. Like this is a Life by You video, and I feel like I end up talking about The Sims 4 more, but I feel like this is so valid. It's like, it's the only like true life simulator that we have out right now. It's the only thing that I can compare it to. So I'm going to make comparisons, and other people are going to make comparisons, and that sort of thing is valid. That's okay, because that's our standard. Like, I want this game to excel. I want it to exceed what we have with The Sims 4. So I'm going to be comparing like, oh my gosh, we don't have this. We do have this. We don't have this. I feel like most of the time it's we don't have this in The Sims 4 currently, but that's a good thing, you know? It's exceeding like all of my expectations. There's just so many possibilities. What to create, what to change. Like, we really can't do much of anything with The Sims 4 in like the lot editors and stuff. Like, we can't change the lot sizes. We can't place new lots down. Like, let's not even talk about creating our own worlds, but just editing the current worlds that we have. Like, we really can't even do much with that.
I'm gonna actually take you to a nice spot on the map so we can place the new very large cafe that we made. I won't actually make you sit through loading screens this time. Let's do a snap of movie magic, and here we are. And a quick disclaimer up top, we are working on all of this stuff. You might see icons change, you might see lighting change, so, you know, stay tuned. Our next step is to find a nice space of open land, so let's scope out the area.
Wait, this kind of looks better than it did last time. I feel like every time we watch it, it just looks different. Not necessarily it looks worse or it looks better, it just looks different. And I guess, I mean, that explains it. They're still working on things, but like, God, I love this UI. And one of you even mentioned, it wasn't even one of you, it was a couple people that mentioned in the comments of one of my last Life by You videos, you were saying you would like it so much more if at the bottom, the hygiene and the toilet were together and the food and the drink were together. And I very much agree. I don't like how it's bed, food, toilet, fun, thirst, conversation, then shower. It does feel very random. I would like the food and drink to be better, or the toilet and tub to be together, you know, in that case. So I hope that's an improvement that can be made. And if any of you guys are in the Discord and they're actively looking at feedback, I don't know if they're even watching these videos. I honestly doubt it. So I feel like me saying that's not going to change anything. If you're like active within like their Discord and they're constantly looking at feedback that you guys are posting, relay that message, because I agree with you. I would much rather see that changed than how it is here.
I know there's a nice spot just across the river, so let's plop our building down here. Let's use F4 to pull up our edit mode. Now I'm in the lot editor, and it starts you in the existing lots. So this is all the lots that are already placed in the world. As you saw when I was in the mod menu, I have this mod toggled on, so I should just go up to the lot library and it should show up. Like the fool that I am, I did not tag the lot, so let's scroll down. Okay, I found it. So now that I'm on the lot, I go ahead and click place new lot from library. From here, you can play around with the placement. To be quite honest, I don't think I thought this through when I made my fake lot, so this is an awkward shape. Once you're in live edit mode, you can rotate it a little bit better, but for now, let's just go with the least awkward placement.
Free placement anywhere. I don't know if like you can actually like, you know how when you want to rotate an object in The Sims 4, you hold down the Alt key and it goes tick, 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 and it does little tiny rotations. I don't know if we can do anything like that here. It doesn't seem like Rocio is really like manipulating it like that, but it seems like the slot's about to be placed halfway on a road and it might work.
One can enter the cafe anyway, so let's go ahead and just plop it down. Now that we've placed the lot.
Wow, and it does work like that. You can even overlap it with roads. And I'm pretty sure when you were adding and editing lots in The Sims 3 and the world editor, even that had more than what The Sims 4 has. It's kind of ridiculous, I know. Yeah, this isn't really even like EA shade, it's more Sims 4 shade. There's nothing you can do with it. It's so limited in like every aspect. But like even with The Sims 3, yeah, you could place down lots and all that stuff. You couldn't even place them over roads. Like you would get like the green and then you get the red saying, you can't place that here. It doesn't look like we're even getting that here. It kind of looks like you can just place it anywhere. So I'm assuming if Rocio were to kind of drag this lot a little bit onto the water, would we be able to do that? Like that would be freaking cool.
You can see some of the stuff from back when we were in the lot mod menu. You can change certain things while you're here, but it'll only change it for this particular placement of the lot. And if you want to edit the base lot, you still want to go back to the mod menu. You can save this version of the lot, and you can also edit this version. Now we're in the live edit mode for this lot. Now that I'm in the real world, I can edit the lot to fit where it's located. So in this case, I might want to add some some plants, some cobblestones, and just really make it look like it fits naturally. That being said, you can totally do it the other way around. You can build it out in the mod menu and then make a bunch of it around town. Like let's say you want to make a convenience store and put one around every corner. And I know this has been asked on previous.
That is so smart. If you want the same thing, you can just make it in the mod editor, place a bunch of them around town. But if you don't want them to be exactly identical, just a little bit different, I'm guessing then after you do that and you place a bunch of the ones that are the same, you can go in individually and add or remove or change a few things and kind of make them unique. And that itself is going to save you so much time than building every single one from scratch.
We don't have a limit for how many lots you can add to the world. The only real limit is what your PC can handle, so.
Right, exactly. But I like that, you know? The limit's up to you. It's up to what your PC can handle, but it's ultimately up to you. Like, you can just make so many row homes. Like, you can just do whatever you want. Like, everyone's gonna start off with this world, but I feel like no one's world's gonna look the same if you truly don't want it to look the same, because you could just do whatever you want, add whatever you want, add wherever you want, you know?
We'll definitely give you some guidelines on what might make the most sense during early access, but really just build to your heart's content and build out the world that you want to play in. And honestly, that's pretty much it for this lot editing video. So hopefully that inspires you and helps you think of some lots that you might want in your world. Thank you so much for watching, and let's leave you with a nice view of the river.
I'm blown away, guys. This looks fantastic. Definitely an area that I want to see worked on though is the water. Not the biggest fan of how that looks, but I've talked about that before, so I'm not even gonna bother bringing that up again. All right, here's the video clip that they posted. No Friday feature this week, but stay tuned. A more robust build mode video is coming soon. In the meantime, let us know your housing must. It's only a 13-second clip, but it's kind of showing what we kind of saw in the last video. You can see the little gradient slider showing the time of day to simulate the lighting, which I like because The Sims 4 has that, but it only has like what, morning, afternoon. It has like morning, noon, afternoon, evening. I don't even know what the options are, but you know what I'm talking about. You just hit the little sun and then you hit the moon or whatever, and it changes the lighting. But I like here how we have a more specific slider in case there's a very specific time of day that you want that isn't represented in those, what, 3 or 4 options that The Sims 4 gives you, for example. So let's watch this little video clip here.
You know, I might want to separate these doors out a little bit more. That might help. To be quite honest, I have a lot of opinions on placement of doors from renting so many apartments over the years.
Yeah, that's a good clip to choose. I'm blown away. My camera might be covering this as well, seeing the color wheel, all the swatches. Oh, you know, the gameplay for this is going to be magnificent. I've already talked about that. I feel like I talk about that the most, but also builders are going to have fun with this too. There's a lot of really cool building tools, and it's only going to improve over time. Share your thoughts below on these updates, your thoughts on Life by You and how things are progressing, and of course, how you want to see them progress into the future if there's anything that you want to see changed. Of course, it's still in development. Early access begins sometime early next year, so we have plenty of time. I'm happy they delayed things. They're really going to polish it up and make it a much, much, much better game. Not just when it fully releases, but a much better game for those that dive into the early access as well when that comes in March. So share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Of course, if there's any more news or info, I'll bring it to you as soon as possible. Take care, so long, and happy life simming.